Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2020 Fall Split Pakistan region group stages. But before we get this day started, we have an important announcement regarding the group stages for you guys, which comes straight from the PUBG Mobile Esports. I'm going to read it out right now. So it goes as follows. We constantly strive to make PUBG Mobile Esports fair and competitive ecosystem with constant and thorough background checks and investigations. The following teams have been found guilty of using illegal software and are therefore disqualified from the competition. I'm going to read out the names of the teams that have been disqualified from the PMCO 2020 Pakistan as well. It is Team Extreme, 47 Esports, Hot Shots, The Hellfires, Team Ecstasy, Team Hellfires, Park Falcons, and Risk OP. So with these 8 teams being out of the group stages, we now have 24 teams left. There are some changes now. So we, with the 24 teams, have divided them into 3 groups. That's going to be A, B, and C, which we're going to have a look at in a short while when they play their matches. Each group will have 8 teams in them, like always. But these 3 groups will just play 3 games that are going to be played today on Erangel. It's going to be the same map for the 3 games. And the matches are just going to be for the seeding in the semi-finals, because these 24 teams are already going to be moving into the semi-finals, from where they will fight for their journey into the finals. And with that, we're going to start off our day on the group stages. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, and joining me on this analyst desk, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Fixes.
Thank you so much, Johnny. Yeah. And a long break, I must say, but we are finally back.
Yeah, an interesting turn of events, as we can say, and we can call it. But after that, with these 24 teams remaining, I think the journey is just going to be a little bit more aggressive, since the map that they're going to play, it's going to remain the same. The groups are going to play 2 matches each, and it's going to be for the seeding into the semi-finals. So we can say, like, the teams are going to be a little bit more comfortable. They're going to be a little bit more open with how they play and how they perform. And I guess only the games will tell where they are going to finish.
Absolutely. I mean, after the integrity being restored, I'm pretty sure that we're going to witness some huge, massive PUBG Mobile action today.
Yeah, it's going to be massive mobile action, and it's going to be for the massive prize money as well, which we're going to have a look at right now. So, as we were saying, the top 3 teams qualify for PMPL Season 2, along with them receiving the prize money, of course. But now, 3rd to 16th position, they will get their $1,100, but things come into change, because 17 to 24 now will be receiving the $600, since there are not 32 teams in this tournament anymore. There are just 24 teams which move on to the semi-final once again straight away. And I think that just increases the probability of your team getting in, because your odds just increase. Instead of 1 in 32, now your odds in 1 in 24. And how do you increase your odds even further? You do that by earning more points than the competition, and we'll be having a look at the point distribution system as well for the matches that are going to be up ahead, and it's the same standard tournament point distribution system in front of us.
Yes, absolutely. We have been following this points distribution for quite some time, and for the first place you get 20 points, and for the second you get 14, gradually decreasing down onto its 11th position. To the 16th position, you will be getting that 1 point only. But make sure to keep that in mind, that 1 kill point is equal to 1 kill is equal to 1 point.
Exactly, 1 kill is equal to 1 point. We have seen that make such a big difference for teams like Solo, and it becomes really important when you're in a close, tight finish, and the prize money is going to be on the line, and the qualification slots are going to be on the line in the semi-finals. For now, as I said, the teams are going to be a little bit more comfortable. Let's have a look at the 3 groups that we have in front of us: Group A, B, and C, and see which teams are going to be playing. So Team H2E, TUF, No Rules, Golden Stars, the first 4 teams in Group A. Moving on, we're going to look at the next 4 in Group A as well, where we see teams like ZARAR Esports, FoolEsports, IDL, and 247 Gaming are also going to be left behind. Moving on, we have teams from Group B up next, where we get to see some intense teams like NextGen Esports, SCYTES, Portal Esports, and F4 Esports. So straight off the bat, Group B, 3 of the best teams in the country, 247 being in the Group A. But in Group B, we have TeamPKVIRUS, Solo Esports, the team leading the charge right now in the overall standings. Then we have North Esports and Team Hellfire.
Yeah.
And moving on, we have Group C. That's the last group where we have R3D Esports, IGen Gaming, TeamOP, HellRaisers as the first 4 teams. The last 4, definitely some big names that are left behind, but they are going to be playing in the matches today. So Team HFD, Team OP, Team Bablu, and Exterminators.
Absolutely. Team Bablu, this is a team that we have been talking about a lot, and eyes will be on them today as to see how they are going to perform. And same goes for Team Solo. They've been playing so phenomenal. Team Portal Esports, we saw some signs of resurgence the last time we saw them playing together. But we will have to see as to how they're going to play out today.
Definitely. And for that, we'll have a look at the schedule right now, which, as I said, is 3 matches of Erangel, a single round robin between these 3 groups. The first match is going to be played between Group A and B. Second is going to be B and C. And match number 3 is going to be played between teams from Group A and teams from Group C. And a slight correction over there. It was RdxEsports in Group A, if you remember correctly. It was Team Hellfire on the group list that we just saw. Team Hellfire has been DQ'd. It was RdxEsports, the team that's going to be playing in front of us. So we're going to see them in action when the matches start and when they step on this battleground.
Yes, and now we will be having the first match in Erangel between Group A and Group B. So right now we're gonna witness some good action out there, but for just a second, if you kind of hold your thoughts down, I really think that now things have reset around. Everything is back to point 0. This is where teams are playing. They've qualified, but this is for the seeding points that they will be getting, the seeding ranks for the next round. So that's a good thing to happen. We will have to see amongst these teams during the group stages which are the teams that are staying on top.
Okay, so you being a former competitive player, I'll put you on the hot seat right now. It's going to be my question to you, and the question is going to be, if you were to face a scenario like this wherein you're already heading into the semi-finals, all the teams that you're going to face right now, they are going to be the teams that you're facing in the semi-finals. Well, we'll talk this when we jump into the game, because the game is live right now and the playing trajectory is going to be in front of us in a matter of seconds. And it is going to be an interesting one as well, because my question to you is going to be, how would you look at the games that you have lined up for the day? You have 2 matches to play. Are you going to experiment with things, or are you just going to go for the domination?
Well, my answer will be pretty simple. Just play your hearts out, play your original game, put your A game forward, because you've got nothing to lose. You can play freely. So we might get to see more aggression coming out from all these teams. We had seen over the past couple of days how the Pakistani teams can get really aggressive sometimes, and the same will continue with even more aggression. But with that being said, let's head away to our match where we have the flight path moving in from Gatka to its Talbot. So the eastern area, as we can see, Lipovka, Mansion, Miltapar, even Novorepnoy, so the entire military base is too far to reach. So we will have to see as to where these teams are respectively taking their drop locations. Are we gonna expect some clashes, some hot draw fights, a lot to be coming up in this game of PUBG Mobile?
Well, I think I can definitely expect those hot drop fights, because as I said, teams are going to be more open with how they play. They're going to be more aggressive in their performance. I mean, expect them to be a little bit more aggressive, since now they know they are already heading there. They don't have to risk their standings in the games. And we do have to see, though, one thing that always changes in a game of PUBG Mobile. That's where the circle is going to be.
That's a big question, and that's a very important question out there, where the circle's gonna get formed. And there you go, we have a farm circle finally after a long time. We have been witnessing a lot of generic circles, but recently in PMCO we saw the circles throwing a lot of curveballs during the 4th and 5th circle especially. So right now, as we can see, we've got a bit of fight in Primorsk area, but Sensei taking down Bunny over there. That's a first blood coming right off the bat. And Daniel from Golden Stars, he is heading out. He has spotted Zedan, I believe, and has dished out some amount of damage and will be looking to finish him off. But right now, North Esports engaging in a fight with Team Fool. Snow taking that flank out, has spotted that Hussein now, will be taking a spray, will be knocking him down, and that is all trouble for Team Fool.
Yeah, I mean, this is what being caught off guard is like, and Snow is just gonna be there for the demise of FoolEsports just being eliminated, entire squad being eliminated within the first 3 minutes. I mean, we did not even reach the 2-minute 30-second mark and one team was already out. But North Esports, from here on out, they are gonna have to be a little bit more careful, because as you can see on the minimap, right on the south western edge of the minimap, you do see a squad close to them. They might not come in here, they might just stay away from North Esports, but still, you can always catch them in their rotation.
Yes, and that is Team TUF. We will have to see if they are going to engage or not. But Daniel, he was actually trying to go in for a flank, but he got spotted down by members from Team F4. And I believe that is Wolverine that is providing the cover fire. But right now, Oxy has spotted him down as well. We will have to see as to how Team 8 is going to complete their loot and then make their way inside the circle. It's still a far way, 971 meters. And their position, just look at them. They have to somehow get the basic loot done, get those ammos coming in, get those first aids, those bandages and everything, and then make a way inside the circle. For that, you also have to find a vehicle. So a lot of things they have to do. They have to fight with the enemies. They have to secure themselves those vehicles. So we will have to see as to how these teams are exactly going to do that.
Yeah, that is going to be a big question, but I think PKVIRUS, they are definitely answering the question as to how these teams are going to fight as they take down one of the players from ZARAR Esports right in front of them. And this is also going to be an interesting fight taking place in Primos right now. We hardly see too many teams clashing their location for this area, but this time around, it seems like it was different plans, different game plans coming from both these teams right now. A lot of early game engagements, as we were talking about it before the match started, while the plane's trajectory was in front of us as well. ZARAR Esports almost getting a knock on Bhutto, but they do not actually manage to secure it. But the kill on Theta is going to be confirmed, and now PKVIRUS, they look like they have a man advantage in this fight for themselves.
Yes, and PKVIRUS has been playing phenomenal over the last couple of days, and right now Zalim has also been spotted down by Rana, spraying him down, and the Professor on the backlines. But there you go, the push has come in. Bhutto is pushing with his teammate, I believe that is Zardari, and we will have to see as to how exactly Team PKVIRUS are gonna proceed with this. So let's see now. Team number 9 and team number 17 that I believe PKVIRUS and Team ZARAR. Rator is on the backlines. He's trying to provide the cover fire, but Bhutto, look at him opening up his ADS and spraying him down. But Professor, he is still holding to the walls. He does not want to peek out. ZARAR know they're in a bit of a pickle right now. They have to find that one opening knock to proceed further.
Yeah, they will definitely have to find another knock, another finish. And I think utility usage is going to be pretty important, since the players from ZARAR Esports have actually managed to get a stronghold in that red building for themselves, with Zalim being the man who is going to be having the most responsible position of being the frontline assaulter for his team, and he's going to have to hold on to that position and just stop the players from PKVIRUS from charging in. Zardari and Bhutto are going to be the aggressors from the side of PKVIRUS, and they are just being really patient in their positions, just trying to see if they can catch someone trying to either be it just try and have a cheeky peek, just try and get out information, or just like Professor was running around just in the middle of rotations.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have started wondering as to where the grenades are. Haven't they looted enough? Because in Primos, that's the only problem. You get enough loot, but you need to make sure you have to rotate. But right now, Professor getting spotted down will be taken down by Bhutto. That was an amazing headshot coming in from the AKM. Right now, the push is on. Bhutto alongside Zardari is making that push happen, but Zalim, he is trying to hold those flanks up, but Bhutto will not stop at anything and knocks him down as well. But Erangel, being the last solo survivor, will be taken down as Team PKVIRUS will be eliminating Team ZARAR Esports.
Yep, they will be facing an early exit as well, and within the first 7 minutes, we are down to 14 teams in this matchup. The circle is on the center and the eastern area a little bit, so most of the teams that landed on the western side, they're going to be moving in slowly and steadily, and that's going to mean we are going to have some mid-game aggression as well. As talking about situations, we do see IDL. They are going to be idle on the military base island. What I mean to say by that is they're all there alone. No one is going to be there to contest them. Now they have two open rotations. Either they can use the Nova Repnoi bridge right now to get to the main island, or they can use the military bridge as well. So two really good options available. No contestations over there, since most of the team are going to stick to the northern area.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is going to be an easy rotation coming in for Team IDL. But if you take a look at Team Solo, they seem to kind of be edge camping over there. They might find a few kills over there. But look at Team F4. They have split so much. And we might get to see a fight in Yasnaya between Team SCYTES and Team 247. So that is also a storyline building over there. But right now, as you can see, Portal Esports, they are also making their way from the school area. But Team Solo, they are going with 3 players. And well, you know, they have been the group leaders. They've been doing so well. So I think they're confident enough to, you know, pull this one off with those 3 players.
Well, they can do it. The former players of NB, a lineup that was feared in the region of Pakistan. Some of the best players that the region has to offer. 3 players playing in this game. And what was scary over there was for a second I thought AK had spotted him out, but since the player was moving away from AK, there was not much he could do. Psych, he's gonna have to regroup with his teammate as well, as Moise is inside the circle, and yeah, as you can see on the map, Psych is playing right on the edge. If he gets caught off guard over there, that's gonna be a lot of trouble for the team of Solo.
Yes, certainly that is going to be very, very troublesome for the Team Solo, because other players have already moved in. But, you know, I'll tell you another team that is going to be in some kind of trouble. We might get to see a kerfuffle between team number 20, that is Team RdX, and team number 14, that is Team SCYTES, who was initially at Yasnaya but made their rotation down. But look at this circle. We still have a possibility that the circle can take a curveball and go entirely down south, where Team IDL are.
Yeah, well, if it goes south, I think Team Ideal, they're going to be super happy about this. And then one thing they can be happy about is also going to be the airdrop that's there right next to them with the AWM. So, IDL in a perfect position in this game right now. If the circle moves south, they can cause a lot of trouble for a lot of teams. I mean, every single one that tries to cross over in their direction. And right now, we do have the kill feed in front of us, wherein TUF have actually managed to pick off Moise from the squad of Solo. And I think that just means that Solo, they just have 2 players surviving right now. That's Absol and Psych. So a situation that was already bad enough has now gotten worse.
Yes, absolutely. Now you just have 2 players and you have to play the entire game. 14 teams are still alive. Not a position where Team Solo had anticipated themselves. But right now, Team RdX trying to make their moves and going down on the trenches. They've been receiving some fire shots from afar. And I believe that is Team No Rules. And there you go. Ronnie spraying down onto its Danny. But Play Zone taking down Rator. That is a surprise. I mean, TeamPKVIRUS, they were in an engagement, but they did not get enough time to loot. They do not have any meds. Now it's going to be a lot of trouble for TeamPKVIRUS, as they have to also revive their teammate and make sure they get inside the circle, have a good position. But Blade OP taking down Baraka with a beautiful M24 headshot.
Yeah, the headshot was beautiful indeed, but you're going to have to confirm that one as well. You're going to have to make sure that you secure the kill and the lad does not get away with the damage that you have already dished out. But for now, we do have the squad of SCYTES in front of us. Tarzan, he's just going to park his vehicle. He's going to make sure that it does not get blown up, because the team is going to use it for the later game rotations as well. Talking about late rotations, 247 Gaming. At this point, this is hard to leave the area of Yasnaya Poliana, sitting on the mansion area right now and still moving in towards the circle. So this is a super, super late rotation.
You know, one circle that I would really love to see over here is the military, in fact, the Novo Bridge, okay, all right?
Yeah.
Where Team SCYTES are located. You know, it'll get you a lot of different varieties, a lot of different ridges that you can hold on. But we will have to see as the circle slowly closes in as to how the fights are going to be right now. Team No Rules, they are somewhere located on the western side of farm area. They're very comfortable. But taking a look at Team PES, this is a team that has been on the radar. They've been playing so well, and they will be looking forward to gain that initial early momentum and take the first seed.
Yeah, they can take the first seed as well, but GamerX from H2E, along with his teammates, they do get a couple of really good knocks on the players of F4. Now, Wolverine and the players, they are going to be in trouble as Rahman and Khan were the two of the best players of the squad that have been knocked out. Rahman is going to be finished off as well. He is 2 to Exposed and Zaydan and Wolverine. Let's see if they can protect their teammate. But H2E, they are being too aggressive, just playing from the edge. Smaller Wolverine, the damage is going to be there from the DP. And ATI actually managed to get another knock. Just one lad surviving for F4. Zaydan, can you get this one? The answer is going to be a fast one. The answer is going to be no, as GamerX with a nade is going to secure the finish.
Amazing play coming in there by Team H2E, getting those initial knocks and making that push happen. But Bhutto will be taking down the entire squad of Team IDL. Team IDL oblivious of the fact that Bhutto was somewhere around, just sprayed an entire magazine with his DP, ensuring the squad wipe. Oh my goodness, we have seen aggression, but this is going on a different level. Just look at the circle. Team IDL will be the ones who are going to be very angry at themselves, considering how the circle has taken a curveball, entirely going down south.
Yeah, it is going to be a south shift as well. And I think now the teams are going to have to think about what they actually want to do. All right, Fixes, what do you have to say about the condition on the military base area? There are a lot of teams. There's going to be a lot of clashes. Even if you are going to be in the water, like the squad mates of PKVIRUS have decided that they want to go for the water rotations, it's going to be a risky one, especially with Edgar from the squad of TUF just being on the high ground with the DP.
And they've already managed to take 2 kills out the bat.
Yeah.
And right now, Team Solo, they're in a lot of trouble. They have entered the bridge area, but it has been camped by a lot of teams. Now you have Team NES, you also have Team TUF trying to rotate around. Maybe Team TUF wants to take those boats out there. But right now, Thor has different plans in mind, as he is going very aggressive. Rathor taking down Sensei. But right now, Team TUF are going to engage. Let's see, are they gonna find a knock? Right now, Solo Psych has spotted down Rathor and will be finishing off as well. But Edgar will be cooking this grenade. Is it gonna connect? We will have to see, as the grenade has been cooked, but the grenade will go down there but will not really connect, as a result of which Edgar will be taking a few damage out there. But Snow, he really needs to hold on to his horses. He knows he has to make this defense, and he can do it if he has his angles right. The only thing, the only problem that I feel for this player is that he has to deploy some smokes, because, you know, third party in this situation, we have seen that a lot.
Yeah, we have seen that a lot, but right now I think North Esports, they're going to have to settle with the kills that they have. The 3 kills. Snow, he's going to be charged upon, he's going to be taken down, and the finish is going to be secured by Thor. So Snow did a wonderful job taking down one of the players, that is Edgar, the man who was fallen down, but he's going to get an easy revive. The question is going to be, the hard part comes after the revive happens. Can you make it into the military island?
I mean, look at Team Solo. They were stuck in the middle of nowhere, taking shots from absolutely everywhere. And now they are looking good. They are looking strong. They know that they can make it inside the circle. But no, these lads are hungry for kills. They know that a lot of teams are going to come. North Esports bites the dust and Thor goes down. And Vic also has been taken. It just comes down to Venom being the last survivor of this particular squad. Team Solo, you can never rule them out. They already have 5 kills.
Yep. They are just having an amazing game. And talking about amazing things, look at the shift of the circle right next to the military bridge. This is just chaotic. I mean, we know there were changes when the day started. We informed you about the changes. We informed you about the 3 groups being there. But the game is like, that is nothing compared to what I have planned out for you guys. And this is just looking like it's going to be chaos for the teams. But it can be a blessing for the teams of Sight, because they are already inside the circle, a comfortable position. But RDX King, he's going to get a knock on Zardari from PKVIRUS. And now PKVIRUS, they're going to be in a lot of trouble right now. The players are in a really bad position. With 2 things, the circle and the island. There is no position. They have no options to make it to the military island, apart from the fact that now they are going to be forced to go for the swim.
And right now, look at King. He knows where the opponent is. He knows where the last player is. Has spotted down Rana. But how is Rana going to get inside the circle? The fourth circle has started closing in. After this, the circle's gonna hurt you a lot. But right now, Zardari was trying desperately to get off to his teammate. But we will have to see as to whether he will be getting that res on himself or not. But Venom really holding on and has let the players from Team Solo move inside the circle. But Absol, he's got different things planned up, and he has already started spraying down onto its Venom. And this is a very strong bridge hold by Team Solo, just sticking to the basics, holding on the right angles, and getting enough kills for themselves. And even if they get eliminated right now, with 3 players having almost 5-6 kills, that's a very good outing.
Yeah, that's going to be a good outing right now. I mean, the numbers of the teams have reduced at a really fast pace, even more aggressive game that we expected. But we do see the player of No Rules falling down to the blue zone, and Hasni is going to be the last man surviving for his team. A really weird situation for him right now on the military island, right on the northern edge. But Rana from PKVIRUS looks like he has spotted out one of the players from the squad of RDX. Is that even going to matter? Since the blue zone is dishing out a lot of rounds, all right, secures another kill for his team. But on the other side, as I was talking about the damage from the blue zone, the squad members of No Rules are just going to feel the wrath of the blue zone as the squad gets eliminated.
Absolutely. Right now, after this, the 5th circle will kick in. That is when the maximum damage output comes into play. But Zarardi finally falling down to the circle. We will have to see whether the members of Team PKVIRUS can make it inside the circle. It's still really close, but they have to be very precise. But Rana, I think he's opting for the heal battle, or he's just trying to take as many kills as he can. But we can see some teams up close on the eastern side, and Ghost has already been taken down from his own vehicle fall. And we will have to see as to whether MK can capitalize on the situation. And the grenade comes in. Is it gonna burst? No. But right now, look at Booth. He is a monster right now. He is not scared, and he does take a knock onto his MK. But Aladdin will finish off Goose from behind. And now members of Team SCYTES have to play their cards really right, because Team Portal Esports are providing those cover fire from behind. Look at the spread that they have, but they also have to get inside the circle. And taking a look at the circle, we see some parts of it still in the water.
Yes, some part of it. I think we can say it's like 15 to 20% of the circle is still in water. It's sticking to the very edge of the island. So, plus it's an open area. There's just this one slope that comes in from the road that leads you towards the water. So the players are going to they will have to be careful, especially the squad of SCYTES. And they will have to fear these players of Team Aladdin. As I say that, a booth is also going to be taken down. Aladdin is trying to find the finishes with his Mini 14, as the car is going to come in and try and create some cover. A little bit too late for that, because the members are just going to be finished. But H2E is going to come in, and Portal Esports Blade OP being taken down.
And the best part about Team Portal Esports were they had a very good flank angle. They had a good crossfire set up until now, where Blade has finally been taken down. But right now, Team H2A is looking really promising. They are inside the circle, holding the edges, but they need to have those smokes to survive. But look at their players. They have all 4 players alive and will be getting another kill right now in any second. But H2E's Ati, he's trying to focus somewhere around. He's trying to spot a few enemies down the line. But H2E's hacker securing himself some kills right now. But we will still have to see as the game progresses. Can they manage to find the last player of Team 247? That is Lucky.
Yeah, that is going to be he's going to be quite lucky if he actually manages to survive and make it into the top 2. We have 6 teams remaining, 13 players alive, so not a difficult task, but Knight actually spots him out. All right, Knight failed to connect a shot over there, and I don't think he's going to be too happy about that. That was just one lad running around out in the open, just on the edge of the circle right now, and it's going to be quite an easy job for these guys to be able to finish him. But here comes the challenge. The players of NextGen Esports, the team that they have right behind them, it's going to be H2E. H2E, they swam their way through on this position. That in itself was a really big challenge. They have managed to accomplish that. From here on out, they're sitting right close to the center of the circle. So this has to be their game if and only if they have enough utility.
My money is still gonna be with our team Solo. I mean, look at those lads playing with 3 man and still surviving, getting all those kills. That is how the champions play. It does not matter who you have, how many players remain, but still you gotta play your hearts out. And right now, Venom from Team TUF is also surviving as well. Right now in the waters, but look at Absol. He knows where his enemies are. He knows exactly where to shoot right now. He's taking a few sprays down. Those smokes really revealing Aladdin's position. But right now, Absol getting shot from somewhere else and will be knocked out by Dread. And Sai will have to go in for that revive and then again enter inside the circle. But are they going to get that opportunity? Because look at the position. Look at how the circle has favored Team H2E. And this looks very promising for them as Oreo from NextGen Esports will be taking down Lucky. And now Oreo has also spotted down Aladdin. So trouble in paradise for Team Portal Esports as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a trouble in paradise for them. And Aladdin, the last man surviving, he's going to be facing the players of Solo. But Dread from H2E does create an opening as Psyche is going to be the last man surviving. And now we're going to have to see, is Psyche going to live for long as he's going to be spotted out? He runs into a squad of those deadly next-gen players and they finish him off. Solo take an exit on the 5th position. Now Aladdin, the last man surviving. I think Adil has spotted him out. But for how long is he going to stay alive? Dread managed to get the finish on him. We're down to the top 3 teams and TUF, they are still in this game. Venom he's a perfect swimmer. He's Michael Phelps right now.
I mean, right now he has to come up from the water and will get spotted and will be taken down by Dread. Look at Team H2E. They've got 6 kills already. They're doing so good. They're doing so promising. Now it's a perfect 4v4 fight between Team H2E and Team NextGen Esports. And looking at the position, everyone is equally spread out. They know how to take those fights. Those grenades being very, very crucial right now. You have to connect, take that one knock and then make that push happen. But Knight, he is taking cover from his vehicle as we can see in this particular situation, Team NextGen can really capitalize. If they spread out, if they kind of cluster up on Team H2E, then this game might be theirs. But if H2E manages to find that one knock and make that push happen, then that's going to be really, really troublesome for Team NextGen.
I mean, this one last fight is going to decide who gets an advantage over here. Because look at this. Both the teams, 6 kills, 5 kills, all 4 players alive for both of them, and a 4v4 situation out in the open. So it's a fairly even fight. The only thing this fight can become one-sided depends on how much utility the other team has or how much utility your team has.
Yes, absolutely. And look at the airdrop. It's in the middle of both these teams. Now, anyone getting to that airdrop might get a certain advantage of that level 3 helmet or vest, but are the players going to commit for that? But right now, NextGen, they are finally making a move. They want to get their hands on that airdrop. They want to get their hands on those military vest and the level 3 helmet as they have dropped smokes down the line. But Emerge, I love what he's doing. He is trying to provide cover fire for his teammates as Oreo taking his vehicle has come really, really close to the airdrop and the circle as well. But right now, Dread has already started cooking a grenade. Oreo taking a lot of damage out from that. But Dread going for the second grenade. I barely think it will connect as he marches in with his third grenade as he is crawling. He is one with the nature. One player needs to spot where exactly Dread is. One good knock and you can easily go in for the squad wipe.
Yeah, the squad wipe is definitely going to come in a 3v3 situation right now. We do see the players have lined up. The smokes were popped from the side of NextGen Esports, but now they have gone away. On the other side, the cover is still there for the players of H2A. 4 versus 3, the one player on the backlines, ATI. So these players right now have 2 different strategies. The players of NextGen, they have gone for a good, really wide spread wherein they will be able to get to those flanking positions and collapse in on the players of H2E. But the players of H2A, they are sticking together. They are just trying to make sure that their firepower is focused. If someone goes down, they will get the trade immediately. Emerge from the other side is going to charge in. This is what I was talking about. This is the flank that can change everything.
Yes, there certainly is the flank that can change everything, but no, GamerX has different plans in mind as he will be taking down one player from NextGen. Now this opens up a lot of possibilities for Team H2E as they can now aggress, but right now one bad move can change the cards around. One bad move can set everything in favor for Team NextGen right now as they have started deploying those smokes, trying to go in for that revive on their teammate, and the cars are bursting everything. It's a perfect movie action right from Hollywood. But Red, he has spotted down now one of those players, Adil, but has not managed to connect those bullets onto him. Oreo still sticking down to his angle right. He is not opening up. But Red, he has taken the cover of the military drop over there. We will have to see whether something or the else comes out from it. Whether, MK14 at this point, or maybe a Groza, or maybe an M249 can change things around.
Well, I think the M249 is going to be the worst thing for H2E if somehow the players of NextGen actually manage to get it. Imagine that. Final circle fight 4v4 situation. Your opponent's out in the open. You're out in the open. You don't have utilities left because these guys, I think, have used all the smokes by now. And your opponents get the hands on the M249, and the guy picking that up is going to be coming at you with the level 3 kit now. So H2E, they're going to have to be careful, but NextGen Esports, we do see the players prone down on the ground, and now they are closing in from 4 different directions.
And look at this spread. They are like a claw. They are trying to press in, but Dread, if he gets his hand on this military drop, this might change a few things around. We will have to see whether he gets it. Yes, he does. Goes in for those level 3 helmet and vest. Has the ghillie suit as well. I mean, this is blessing in disguise for them. But GamerX will be taking down Knight, will instantly finish him off, and will make no mistakes over there as the second knock also comes in. This is a trade fire coming in there. Adil going in for the 2, getting it, but will get traded off instead. Also getting into another trade-off between both these teams. Comes down to this 1v1. Can Dread manage to survive? No. Dread does take a knock onto its Oreo, and finally he has to take that first aid. Level 3 helmet and vest really coming handy for him. Dread getting a push from the opponent. Can he manage to survive? Takes the AUG. Prones down. Who is the winner? And that is gonna be Team H2E.
Yeah, H2E just managing to clutch that amazing fight. Dread with that last final finishing drop shot. In fact, and it was a close finish for the very first game of us coming back with the group stage. I think this has to be the perfect one. First of all, with the early game fights, then we have the shift of the circle, and then the way it ended, I mean, it was just, let's just say, a little bit more exciting than even we anticipated. But the excitement does not end over here. That was just the first game. That was just the first set of teams that played the matches. Up next, we're gonna have 16 more lads. I mean, 8 are gonna be returning from this game, and we're gonna have Group C stepping into the action as well.
Absolutely, a lot of good teams coming there. But in the final circle, I think the MVP definitely will have to be that level 3 helmet and vest that Dread picked up in the end. I mean, that was the savior, because had he not had that, he would have been knocked way earlier. I could see the helmet and the vest being damaged pretty much, and the ghillie suit also coming into action and really helped him out, and the AUG for the finish. I mean, I could have rather opted for an M4, but I wouldn't really, crib about the fact that I got an AUG. I managed to get the chicken dinner.
See, one thing that we need to talk about is going to be the fact that we did not see the nades, we did not see the Molotovs come in that final fight. Let's have a look at the MVP. I mean, Fixes has given it away to the helmet and the vest, but we need a player as well. We need a name of the player, and it is going to be PKVIRUS Bablu. The man was aggressive from the moment the game started, had 6 kills by the time he took an exit. The damage was 557, and survival time was quite less. I mean, he did survive barely for 15 minutes and 40 seconds. Distance covered was 4.85 kilometers. So apart from the I would say kill stats, all the stats are of the player who took an exit in the mid-game stages.
Absolutely. I mean, Team PKVIRUS are dropping down at Primos, taking those early fights, then trying to make a rotation inside the circle. But there is one team that I mentioned earlier would be very, very disappointed with themselves. That is Team IDL. I mean, they just made that move down from south to its northern area, and then they realize the circle goes back down. Until then, they were already dead.
I mean, it happens quite often wherein you just move out of the zone thinking, all right, we're not, the circle is definitely not coming to the military, and then the circle is like, wait, what did you just say? I mean, we did see a lot of players also.
Soda.
Yeah, yeah, hold my zone for a minute. But we did see a lot of players get in trouble on the other side of the rotation as well, especially the squad of PKVIRUS being one of those, wherein the rotation was just a little bit too hard for them. But now, let's have a look at the standings for this game and see how many points did the team get for themselves from this matchup. We do know that Team H2E, they got the chicken dinner with 10 kills, so they're going to be there with 30 points, followed by NextGen Esports with 20 points in total, 6 kills. A good aggression coming in from NextGen Esports. PKVIRUS, 11 kills in total. They had an early exit, but those 11 kills, those 15 points, will definitely put them in a really comfortable position.
Yes, absolutely. And this is where the points distribution comes into handy.
Yeah.
Those kills that you take in the early game will certainly help you. And Team PKVIRUS will certainly find themselves on the third position. But right now, talking about the fourth team, that is Team TUF. They still managed to get 5 kills and have 15 points. But courtesy to those higher kill points of PKVIRUS, they stand on the third position. And overall, it was a very intense game. A lot of action coming in during the early game and the mid game.
I mean, we do see a lot of teams just being eliminated with 0 points, and that is, I think we owe that to the fact that within the first 5 minutes, within the first 7 minutes, I remember correctly, 2 teams had already been taken out. FoolEsports, the first one to take an exit, and then we had ZARAR Esports also take an exit on towards the Primorsk area. We had F4 Esports being caught off guard, and all those early to mid-game fights, I mean, those were something totally different than what you usually see in these matchups. But this is what we were talking about before the match started. Teams are going to be a little bit more open with how they play. They're going to be experimenting a little bit, or we're going to see those aggressive actions come in. I mean, the drop locations were a little bit weird, but now let's look at the top players from this match and see who all are going to be joining our MVP.
And that is going to be Dread. No second thoughts on that. Aladdin will also follow alongside Adil and Venom. Adil really did put up a very good effort in that final circle fight. But talking about Team H2E, wiping out the likes of Team F4, who are a certain tournament favorites over here, and wiping them off in fashion. I mean, they got everything right. They got those first 2 initial knocks. They made that push on the cliff. They did not even hesitate or flinch even for once. They just went in and got themselves that squad wipe. Made sure that they had to swim their way inside the circle, down south, and still managed to get that chicken dinner.
I mean, that was an interesting matchup, but we do have another EA coming up for you guys. So just make sure that you are tuned in and you are watching, because we'll be right back after a very short break. Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2020 Fall Split Group Stages of the Pakistan region. My name is Varun Super Johnny John. Joining me on the desk for match number 2, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Phoenix, and it is going to be an intense matchup, Phoenix, as we do have teams from Group B and C playing now.
That's true, and I'm very excited because in the last match, Team H2E show a very nice game and extraordinary performance from their side, and I'm very amazed that TeamPKVIRUS have a huge amount of kills, and I look forward to Team SCYTES Abood. He's the only person who got 2 kills, and the overall kills of the team is only 2. So I'm looking forward that he is going to get some more kills, and as well as they are going to get a higher position in league table as well.
Well, I'm going to expect that as well, but F4 is also a team that we will have our eyes out for, because the team was caught in an unfortunate situation wherein the players were just rotating towards the military base area, trying to find an opening, an entrance towards the military island, but being caught off guard by the players of H2E, the team that actually ended up getting the chicken dinner, was sort of the unfortunate event that happened for them in this game. Talking about the game up ahead, we also have Team Bablu coming in.
Absolutely, and this is one of the team which have highest amount of experience, and they are the one of the most dominating team because they have huge amount of kills, and we know that they are one of the best. And I look forward that in the previous match of the Erangel, we saw hard shift on zone. Because of that, most of the teams suffer, just like F4 Esports, PKVIRUS, H2E, and that's why let's move forward. If this time the same thing happens, can most of the team can counter it or get the chicken dinner?
I mean, alright, so my question to you is going to be, in the last matchup, we did see teams drop into the, I would say, unusual drop location.
Absolutely.
Are you expecting the same to happen this time?
Yep, that's true, and maybe they're just trying to experiment because they are only on the top 24. They're just trying to experiment their game, that if they can improve their gameplay and change by changing the drop location, or they're going to be to the basics and they're in the positive side for them. And I'm hoping for the best. They just have to experiment, because this is going to give you an upper hand in future games.
Well, definitely you can try out new strategies and see if clashing your drop location with a team that you actually want to challenge can force them to either abandon that situation, abandon that location, or you can force them in a really bad position as well. If you get taken out, well, you can go back to the tried and trusted strategy for you guys that used to work out. But for now, I think we should have a look at some team stats as well and see how the lads are doing and how their performances have been. So H2E, the team that has gotten the chicken dinner, an amazing performance in the last game.
Yep, that's true. If we talk about H3 Dread, he have 4 kills, 719 damage, and EAT have 3 kills, and Gamer X is having 2 kills with 421 damage, and Hacker just have 1 kill with 339 damage. If we talk about Gamer X, his spotting power is very amazing because he can spot player very amazingly. If we talk about that, every single player is prone down, and the team they are just from NextGen Esports, they're just trying to flank from the left side. He just spotted him, knocked down, and trying to finish, which is one of the best thing for the team, and that's why they got the chicken dinner.
I mean, I agree with that. The spotting on Emerge, the man who was knocked down, was pretty impressive, but I'm unhappy about the fact that they did not get the finish. It was a fight out in the open. You know where the guy is knocked, and that's what I was talking about with fixes as well. You need to make sure that you have enough utility for the late games. Had the players from this team H2E, had they had the nades or the molotovs, or the players from NextGen Esports, had they had those utilities as well, the fight would have ended a lot sooner. But all they had was the smokes in that final scenario.
That's true. Smoke is going to work out very well for them, because if you're in the smoke wall, there's a little chance that you can get spotted out and get knocked, and smoke are going to be beneficial for you in the last circles. And if we talk about Sanhok, the map, which is the one of the best. Okay, it's Erangel, I'm very sorry, but I'm hoping that they are going to use their utilities, because from the Pakistan region, we know the nades are literally very amazing.
I mean, the nades are going to be amazing. It's just that you have to save them for the late game stages as well, and make sure that those important utilities, you are refreshing them as you move on in the game and move on to the later stages. Talking about the game, it is live, so we have the trajectory in front of us right now, which starts from the North Georgia Pool City and goes all the way towards the western side, the western edge of the military base area. So this is going to be quite interesting. We know who lands on the North Georgia Pool City. It is Team Bablu.
Yeah, we already know. And if we talk about the PKVIRUS, they are again going to go at the Primo side, because if we talk about them, they are very strong at there. There's a hometown there, and they know that from which side I have to rotate and I can spot the players and get some easy kills. And if we talk about the zone location, that where the zone is going to be, is it going to be centralized or more towards the eastern side?
Well, another interesting thing, more interesting than the zone, is going to be the fact that we do see 3 teams with just 3-man squad. We have PKVIRUS, we have Solo, and then we have North Esports. So these 3 teams, we're going to have to see how they perform this time around with not having the full, the 100% firepower with them. They are going to be playing with 75% firepower, since it's just the 3 people on the teams. And we do see the players of North Esports, their drop location, which is going to be the Georgia Pool City, is going to clash with the players from HellRaisers.
Oh, that's amazing. And I'm just looking forward that they're going to have an early fight and eliminate a team. Because if you're going to have some upper hand in the fight, then it is going to be beneficial for you. Because at this moment, you just have to try new stuff. And if we talk about the zone, it is on the Yasnaya side. Most of the teams are in the southern side as well as the western side of Georgia Pool as well. They have to move early, because if we talk about most of the teams are looking forward. They are just moving inside the zone. That yes, the zone is towards the Yasnaya side. They just have to be in a center position of the zone, so they don't have to move a little bit far.
Oh, an early fight breaking out on the area of Rozok, and it is between the players of R3D and Portal Esports. But another fight is going to be that's between the players of Exterminators and the players of RDX. And Exterminators, they are trying to charge in and chase away these players towards the mountain, on towards the area of school. But a lot of drop locations, as we talked about this early on as well. Drop locations are definitely going to clash, and PKVIRUS, they are feeling the wrath of the team that they are facing right now. That is the squad of Oxy. But the man who was responsible for getting the openings in the last game, the man who was the MVP of the last game, has been taken out early on in this one.
Okay, so this is going to be very trouble for them, because they just have to be, if you have the highest gun power, they already have 3-man squad, 1 man is down, they just have left only 2 members. Can they survive? Can they get some placement points or not? And they can get some clutches as well, because the team is moving forward. They are just charging towards them. They're just trying to spot them, knock them, and just going to move forward and get some free kills. And I'm looking forward that this fight is going to be quite easy for the team, which is having a high amount of players.
I mean, definitely, because as you start losing players in the game, especially since PKVIRUS already started with the 3-man squad, now the numbers have been reduced to 2. Situations get harder and harder as you lose players. You are denied information, because you can't, I mean, it's literally impossible to hold multiple angles at the same time. So that's going to be there. The information is not going to be there. Your rotation opportunities are going to be cut, because no one's going to be able to provide you with the cover fire, with the cover. No one's going to be able to back you up. You're going to have to be super careful. You're going to be restricted to the compounds that you're in right now, especially with the kind of positions the players of Team Oxy. All right, Zardari does spot out 1, but the player does manage to have the perfect timing on the Robert Zardari. He's going for the charge and has the barrel in his hands, picks up the Uzi. So the perfect weapon, the perfect combo, I guess, in the damage output that he can dish out in the seconds. But he's not going to be able to use this, as Trinda is going to come from the rear and get the knock. The last player surviving is going to be Rathor from the side of PKVIRUS. The revive is going to be a hard one. I don't think he's going to survive for long, as UZM is just going to use his weapons to finish him off.
Absolutely, he's just having the Scorpion. This is a pistol. This gun have a high firing rate, but damage is quite low, and he just fisted and eliminated the last player. He's the only player surviving. Can Rato get it? But unfortunately, PKVIRUS just got eliminated in the 16th position, who was just looking strong in the previous match. And I hope that the Team Oxy have the confidence boosted up, because they got some early kills. They just have to move forward, get some placement point and kills as well.
Yeah, Scorpion also in the close range. I would said, I'd like that. But the auto rate of fire works out pretty well in the in close range combats. But it's the clip size, I think, that has to be the disadvantage. Also, it was the SMG that actually got the finish. In that one, moving over to the side of Exterminators, just taking control of the school compound. Complete control, in fact, have managed to chase away the players of RdX towards the eastern side of the map. Both the teams in a comfortable position, no incentive to move out since they are in the circle. But talking about incentive, the players of Portal Esports, what are the lads doing? Look at the position of Blade, where he is, and look at the position of his other teammates, Reaper and Aladdin. They are quite far apart from each other.
Maybe this is good, a different type of strategy. They're just trying to improve their gameplay as well, because sometimes the split is going to help them. Because if we talk about the 2+2 split, it is going to give you a high advantage as well as it is going to be affect you. Because if you have a 2+2 split, then you can have a scout at the western side as well as eastern side. They can give you information that from which side players are going to come and which side they have to capitalize. And this is going to be beneficial for, let's see them, what is going to happen.
Well, we'll have to see what is going to happen and how things are going to work out. But this team F4, they have gone for the military island this time around. Last time they had a different drop location. This time I think they can make it work since there's just one team that's going to contest them over there. It is the squad of IGen close to the military bridge area. We do spot out the players of IGen, especially 666, who's the scout for his team, is the one moving up ahead. So if he gets caught off guard, it's going to be a troublesome situation for the team. All right, the players of IGen have stopped on the high ground on the mountain close to the bridge. If they spot out the squad of F4, trouble could have been there for the team. But F4, they turn around, they are going to look for vehicles, and they're going to move towards the Nova Repnoi bridge, where you have the squad of Solo waiting for them. On the military bridge area, close to the Nova Repnoi bridge, on the main island side of the same bridge, you have the players of HFD.
They have an upper hand because they are inside the zone. They just have to dominate, and they just have to eliminate the team who are coming from the Novo Repnoi bridge. And they know that some teams are going to land at Novo Repnoi. This is going to be very unfortunate if some teams is going to get eliminated at the zone and couldn't move inside the zone. And if we talk about team number 14, which is our NextGen Esports, they are looking very strong. I'm sorry. This is IGen Esports. They are very strong. This is their first game. They're just trying to experiment some things, and they're inside the Snayapololiana, which is they are just close to team sites. Can we saw a fight between them? If then which team is going to survive here?
Well, RDX being chased away, I don't think they're going to be too happy, and they want to take control of this position, already have control of the apartments, and Hamza with the DP in his hands on the rooftops. This can be a tricky situation because the players of sites, they have gone for a 2-2 split, and the players from RDX, they can be caught off guard. On the other side, we did talk about a team getting caught off guard. It was Portal Esports. The players have managed to group up together and are just once again sitting in a comfortable position on the very northern side of Yasnaya Poliana. They are quite far away from the city, so we're going to have to see how they move in and where the circle moves, because that's going to dictate how the teams are going to rotate to these positions. Still in the early game stages, Khan is going to be spotted out. The damage is going to be there, drop him down to 70% health, and the damage to the buggy is also going to be a thing that now the players of F4 are going to have to worry about. Also, another thing that's going to cause a lot of irritation to these lads of F4 is going to be the fact that Team Solo is slowly and steadily moving in from the rear side.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they just get some knocks, and one player is also got knocked out. FHD just slamming, trying to dominate, and yes, they got an early knock. Can they capitalize? Yes, only 3 players are surviving for the team FHD. They are now in a big trouble because they just have to take a fight as well as move inside the zone. Can they get this fight? Maybe they just have a little amount of health as well as some utilities. This is the right time to use some utilities and get an upper hand, and one player just got knocked out from the team HFD.
Yes, Zayden with that amazing nade is going to come in. He is going to be able to get the knock, but Avenger is cooking one for his own, and the nade is going to be perfect. But he gets knocked down. The players are going to charge in Zayden, and he gets the finish, and that is going to be the end of Team HFD. An amazing charge coming in from the players of Team F4. The way they slammed in, that was a little bit over aggressive, I have to be honest, but Zulkar, I think he has to be the MVP in that fight. He was just brutal with the amount of pressure, the pre-fires coming in, just the ADS and the spray. Did not spot out a player, but he knew where his teammates were going to go. He knew where his opponents were going to peek, and he did not give them the opportunity to peek. So that was pretty important in that fight. F4 coming out on top with all 4 players alive, but now there's going to be some trouble since they're going to have to make that long northwards rotation to enter the zone.
That's true, and they just didn't know that there is a team behind them, which is Solo Esports, trying to move inside the zone from the Novo Repnoi bridge. They can spot them and eliminate them instantly, but I'm looking forward for the fight. If we talk about team number 14, which is IGen Esports, they're just trying to get a great location. They just have to move inside the zone and get a centralized position inside the zone so that they can get some fight, get some kills as well, and get some points as well.
I mean, getting those points is going to be pretty important for these lads, and it's going to dictate how the next game goes out for them. But TeamOP on our screens right now, they are also focusing on their location since the blue zone is moving in their direction. Don't have to go that far up north. They are going for a wider rotation, just trying to play along with the blue zone and move along with the blue zone in towards the play zone area. But this can be a bad decision for them, because now in a matter of seconds they can come in contact with the players of either Team Solo or the players of Team F4. So they're going to have to be careful about that. As you do see the players moving towards the shelter area together, the players of Solo and F4 are moving together, and that fight can break out at any time. I think the players have mutually decided that they're going to take care of the entire cluster as soon as they reach the zone. Right now, the first priority is just be inside the play zone area. Also, NextGen Esports this time in a perfect position for the circle, just holding out on the mansion area, right on the very edge. They are going to be very isolated, no team close to them. And as I said, the fight breaks out as Motu from the squad of IGen is going to be taken down by the players of Oxy.
Oh, what an amazing Mini 14. We saw the team from Pakistan use Mini 14 very efficiently in the previous match. The NextGen Esports player is also using and getting some knocks as well as kills. I'm looking forward, can they use the Mini 14 in the final circle so that the players who are prone in the grass can be spotted and knocked out instantly? And let me talk about the team number 2, well, which is our RdxEsports. They are a pretty strong team. Can they get a higher position in this map? Because we know that they can get kills, they have the gun power, but they just have to focus on the use of utilities as well as they just have to move forward while knock and then move forward, because over aggression is not the key, and sometimes you just have to be a little bit passive as well as aggressive.
Well, I mean, you have to read the situation and decide what is going to be able to work, because F4, they had a better read on the fight than me personally, because that aggression was just perfect. It was perfectly on point. We did see the circle a couple of seconds ago, just taking a drastic north shift. And Portal Esports, they had a perfect read of the circle. Can they actually manage to convert that into a victory, into a chicken dinner in this game? We're going to find out in a few minutes, as we do reach the 13-minute mark in this game right now. 18 seconds till we have the next zone in front of us. TeamOP once again going for the rotation up north, a little bit far away, so this is going to be a troublesome situation, and we just see that lad run into a UAS. That's going to be a really bad situation for him to come out of. Well, we just see if he survives or not later in the game. But for now, there is the fact that the fight happening between the players of NextGen and the players of R3D, where R3D, they do sit at a man disadvantage. A 3-man squad remaining in this game. Joker, Anubis, and Vanta. It's going to be up to them to make sure that their team survives and manages to get the points.
Oh my god, Bablu is trying to fight against their team, which is IGen Esports. They're just cooking some nades. One player just got knocked out from the team Bablu. They just have to revive and then take a fight, because manpower also always give you upper hand. Can they spot a player? Khan is just trying to get some player as well. He's just trying to knock player and stop the aggression which is coming from the team Bablu side.
Yeah, it is the aggression from Bablu side as well, but IGen, they need to be careful because they can get backstabbed by the players of Portal Esports that are right behind them. Plus, the fact that IGen's numbers were already taken down by the players of Oxy. Motu was finished off earlier on. Bablu have lost Team Wolf yet again, the first lad to take an exit from the team. But as I was saying, IGen, Motu being taken down, Predator being finished off. Now, just the two-man squad is going to be in a really bad sandwich situation between Team Bablu and Portal Esports.
Yep, that's true. These teams just have to capitalize the gameplay and they just have to move according to the situation. And if we talk about Team FO, only single player is alive for the team. And Team NGES, which is NextGen Esports, they are looking quite strong. 4 players are alive. They just have to get some kills as well. And team number 14, which is of IGen, he's still trying to fight and get some knocks from the Team Bablu and trying to fight against him and stop the aggression come from a Bablu side. They are one of the best teams. They just need some kills, want to be in that momentum.
Well, another fight breaking out, which was an interesting one. All right, interesting things. R3D right in the middle of the circle a couple of seconds ago were in a bad situation. Now they're going to be in a really good situation. There's a slight mountain over there as well. It's going to give them a really good advantage. So if they already have the high ground, I think it's going to be an uphill battle. Literally an uphill battle for everyone else. But we do see the players of North Esports moving. All right, I was going to talk about the fight happening between this one. The players of NextGen Esports and the players of Team Solo. So NextGen, they are pincered down right now and they can be sandwiched as they, in a couple of moments, they are going to be surrounded from every single direction as the teams are going to close in. Solo's Psych, he's going to go for a flank and try and clear out the teams on the backlines first. If they do that, if the players of Solo actually do this, that is just going to make sure that NextGen Esports are going to be in a comfortable position. And he does get a knock with the last few bullets of the spray connecting. But now, can he get the finish from the player of Oxy?
Yeah, that's true. Because he just have to finish that player. Kills are important because from one kill you're just going to get 1 point. And he just spotted team number 10, Solo Esports, Side, trying to spot some player. He just trying to shot some player, but a single shot didn't got connected. A buggy is still moving towards him, and unfortunately he just got knocked down and finished instantly by a deal.
I mean, the pressure is coming in from both sides. From one side, you have to worry about the players of Solo, so you can't charge out in the open. You can't take a turn towards the right because the zone is going to be there. You are going to be out of the circle. You're going to be fighting the blue zone over there. You can't move left because the players of NextGen Esports are going to be there. So it was a bad situation for Team Oxy, but since the players of Solo have decided to fall back, I think they can actually turn it around. Now, the straight up rotation is going to be open, but Abso from the other side, he's going to be like, what? These are just kill points that I want to collect for myself. I want my team to move up ahead. But now, North Esports, they can be in trouble as the compound that they were holding has been taken over by the players of R3D. I mean, R3D were holding the compound, but North Esports, they are trying to retake this situation. It's going to be a tough one, but if they manage to do this, I think they can just secure this game for themselves, have a really good position going into the final few stages.
Yep, that's true. And so the team, we have this fight is going to be 3 versus 3. They just have to capitalize and get some kills. But Team Oxy got eliminated on the 13th position. What an unfortunate game for them. Maybe they just have to focus on the other stuff, because they just have to move inside the zone ASAP, and because blue zone is going to be very lethal for you. And if we talk about PES Aladdin, knocked a player, finished another player of Exterminator. The team got eliminated on the 12th position. 2 kills from PES Aladdin.
I mean, an amazing charging coming in from Portal Esports. All the players just moving in together. The aggressive push. They were sure about their firepower. They knew how they wanted to take the fight, and they were comfortable taking that fight. I mean, that was super aggressive out in the open. Just go for the finish and just move on. So now they're gonna have to figure out, because one of the players was knocked down, they're gonna have to go for the super fast revive and then move on to the later stages from there. But Portal Esports right now sitting at 5 kills in total, a really good position to be in as far as their position on the map is concerned. that is also a good position. We're inside the last circle, close to this one, and HellRaisers Snake is gonna get the grenade as he gets a grenade kill. One of my favorite players from the last times, the Spring Splits PMCO. Snaker had an amazing run over there along with the team of HellRaisers. And seeing them back in action, it's always exciting the way that team used to play.
Yeah, absolutely, that's true, because you have high hopes from that team, because you know that how they're going to play, you know that the gameplay from that side. But just we are talking RdxEsports just got eliminated, and if we talk about the teams who are inside the zone, only 2 teams are inside the zone, and most of the teams have to move inside the zone as well. And team number 11, which is in North Esports versus R3D, they are still fighting with each other. I'm just excited which team is going to win this fight and which team is going to get eliminated.
Well, I think the airdrop close to the players of R3D is going to be able to help you answer that question if they actually manage to pick it up. But I think Reaper is going to try and be the Grim Reaper. Takes a lot of damage, is just barely going to survive. One more bullet, he would have been dead over there. But now he is going to calm down because the player on the other side has the M24. One shot, and that's going to mean that Joker is going to see a knock on his screen.
Yep, that's true, and we are just hearing some huge amount of gunfire because teams are fighting with each other. They all are hungry for some kills, and team number 6, the sides, they just spotted a team. Can they eliminate this team early? And I'm looking forward to it. Yes, one player just got knocked off from the team. HellRaisers Snake got a title of Grenadier, but the team got eliminated.
I mean, it did secure 2 grenade kills for his team, so that's going to be 2 additional points to them, plus the 9th place finish, so 4 points in total. I hope they make it, and the next game is going to be theirs. But right now, I mean, the teams are going to be pretty comfortable, as we were talking about, we have been talking about since the day started. All these teams that are playing right now, Group A, Group B, Group C, all 24 teams heading into the semi-finals. The matches that are happening today, it's just for the seeding in the semi-finals.
That's true.
And the teams, because of that, are a little bit more comfortable. They can do whatever they want in these games. They can be however aggressive they want to be. They can be however passive they want to be. They can change their drop locations, or they can just practice their natural drops. Well, we do see most of the teams playing the edge of the circle as the blue zone is going to close in, and we do see the player 666 from IGen Esports. He has been cornered. Ghost from side has the M4 and his scope just positioned perfectly on the tree. The blue zone damage is going to be there. How long is 66 going to survive? I think that's going to be a really big question. Has the heals? All right, the spray is going to come in. The knock is going to be there as well. 68 does get the knock, but he is going to be finished off. And IGen Esports, IGen Gaming, they take an exit on the 8th position in this matchup.
Oh, what an M24 shot. He's just barely surviving on only 5 HP. Just the shot from the M24 is very precise. Maybe this is going to be very lethal. He has a level 3 helmet, and R3D Esports just spotted a team just firing towards them and didn't got knocked out. They are literally surviving. And Solo Esports, they just move inside the zone. They just have to get a perfect location so that they can gatekeep for the other teams who have to move inside the zone. And Portal Esports, they're already inside the zone. They just have to capitalize on the gameplay. And if we talk about NGES, they also have to move inside the zone, but the car is also burst. If 20% HP is alive, maybe for the car.
So right now most of the teams are in a really good position. All of them have kills apart from 2 teams, North Esports and R3D. But NextGen Esports, they're going to be in trouble. Only taking the fight straight from the car. Emerge is going to be there with Knight behind the lines. Can they fight this one out? Sights, they are just being really brutal. Knight, he has the cover of the vehicle in front of it. The boot does take some damage. 2v2 situation, 2v1 situation. And this team of Sights, they are going to be in so much trouble. A fight that should have been theirs has been turned around completely in the favor of NextGen Esports. The nade being thrown is going to dish out damage to Emerge, but not enough. Abooth should have gone for the revive, but the nade from Knight is going to secure the finish. 1v2. The smokes are going to be there for the cover, barely surviving. Abooth is going to be finished as well, and that's going to mean Sights take an exit on the 7th position, but it's not done. You are not done, Emerge and Knight. NextGen Esports, the trouble from R3D comes in, but R3D are in trouble now as Anubis takes some damage from his right hand side, and that is just the squad that was there from the very beginning. It was the players from RdxEsports Esports.
Yep, that's true. And what a chaos. You're just trying to have a fight with some team and another team backstab you. Then you just have to fight with that team as well and the top right corner as well. And Solo Absol have a domination, got 3 kills. This team Solo is looking very strong. Still they have 3 men, but they just trying to get some kills. And if we talk about the team, Portal Esports are very strong because they have the 3 men alive. They are also inside the zone. They just have to spot some player, knock them, and trying to finish them instantly, because if the opponent team doesn't have a manpower, then maybe this is going to be very difficult for them as well.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a weird situation. Also, we do have Bablu Meow in the game as well. So an interesting lineup coming in from this team. We usually do see Pikachu in the squad, and we're gonna have to see if this one works out for the team. I mean, this exact situation that they are in, wherein it's an uphill climb for the lads. I have seen them in this one before as well. It was during Spring Split. It was a game on Sanok where Danny from here is gonna he is used to this charge, and Tyrant is used to these situations. The players of Portal Esports, they're gonna have to be careful. The flank is definitely there, but it is going to be the one remaining player from R3D. I think who can just turn this situation around and basically break down this game for any of these three teams. It is Joker. Right now, he's outside the zone. If he somehow manages to get inside the zone, he can basically get free picks. All right, I spoke a bit too soon as he's going to be taken down, and there's the finish. Meow's going to be taken down by Portal Esports. Or was it Solo? As Solo Absol spots out the players of Portal Esports as well. The shots do connect with the Scarlet. Now, he is going to go and try and see if he can get as many finishes as he can. They have 11 kills. Psych is going to be taken down, but Absol and Moise, the former players of Envy, charging in right now. Portal Esports, MK has been taken down. Moise is going to be taken down. Team Bablu still with 3 players. Meow, he was knocked out. Absol, the last man surviving for Team Solo. Can he get the chicken dinner? 11 kills and the chicken dinner. That's going to be a really good mark to it, but he needs to be patient. He needs to be passive. He needs to wait for the players of Portal Esports and Team Bablu to fight out. He's not going to wait. Has the Starrel, gets a knock. Can he get the finish on Blade? The answer is going to be no, as he is going to be finished off. A 2v2 situation between Portal Esports and Bablu. Reaper trying to charge in towards the position of Meow. Blade is giving out an information. Meow is going to be finished off, but Tyrant spots him out. Danny, can he get the knock? The answer is going to be no. Tyrant does get the knock with his DP. MK, the last man surviving, and I think Team Bablu, they do get the chicken dinner in the very first game that they play. And Tyrant goes on domination at the very perfect time as well. 3 kills being confirmed in the final moments.
Yeah, that's true. What amazing gameplay from the Team Bablu side as well as Solo Esports, because they just showed the dominance that we have 3 players alive, but still we can get some kills. And that we are talking about the team from the Team Bablu, that they have a change, that Meow is just playing in just change of Pikachu, and yes, this worked out. This is the perfect time so that you can have some experiment and check that this squad can work out if one player got injured or he's not able to play.
I mean, definitely, if you want to switch out players, now is going to be the perfect time to see how you can make that situation work, at least on one map. But now, let's have a look at the MVP from this game and see which player is going to take that individual crown for themselves.
Ooh, that's Solo Esports Absol having 6 kills with 701 damage, survival time with 23 minutes and 51 seconds, and distance cover 9.35 kilometers. And Absol, we talk about this player is not stopping. He just only been surviving, but still trying to get some kills, because he know that this is the time. If I'm not going to show you the dominance, that you are going to think that I am a weak player, but no, Absol proved it wrong. He just gets some kills. 6 kills is not a less amount.
Yes, 6 kills is not a less amount, especially how he got those 6 kills. Like the aggressive pushes coming in from Team Solo in those final fights when we just had 3 teams remaining. That was kind of hard to make it work, but they still went for it. I'm glad they did, because then you actually get to see if you can be that aggressive. But for now, let's have a look at the top 5 players from this match as well and see who all are going to be joining. Absol from Team Solo Esports. It's going to be his teammate right behind him, Psych with 4 kills, followed by Reaper from Portal Esports. Then we have Zayden from F4 with the 3 kills that he got, and Tyrant just securing those final finishes on the players of Portal Esports is going to be sitting there on the 5th position.
That's true, and Bablu Esports riding having 3 kills with 466 damage. And if we talk about Team Solo, Absol and Sype having 6 kills and 4 kills respectively, which is equal to 10 kills. If the another 2 players are having more kills, then the kill amount may be just crossed the 10, which is really amazing, because if you can get 10 kills, maybe you can get some more.
Well, 11 kills is definitely, I think, a really good position for them. Let's have a look at the game standing and see how many points in total they actually got for themselves. Who's going to be sitting on the top with the sort of performances these teams had. And Solo Esports, they had a 3rd place finish in this game, but they had 13 kills in total, 23 points to them. Team Bablu, which is 5 kills, 25 points. Not an over-aggressive performance. It was just the final few kills that they got for themselves, but still, you don't need to be aggressive. You're getting 20 points for the chicken dinner, 25 points. A really good mark to finish on. Portal Esports with the 7 kills. An amazing performance from Solo Esports as far as the aggression is concerned. Portal Esports, I have to say, the way they control those fights, that was really impressive. So 21 points to them. 3 of the best teams in the country in the top 3 right now. Then we have SCYTES, an amazing position control from them. NextGen Esports, R3D as well, just holding on to the compound. Moving on to the last set of teams, we have RdX, who took an early exit, Exterminators with just 1 point HFD, and TeamPKVIRUS.
Yeah, that's true, and these teams didn't got a single kill. Maybe the team from Solo Esports, Bablu and F4 got all the kills. And if we talk about, I just want to talk about the team F4. They just got a 1 placement point, but 7 kills. They show the aggression. But as the pain fixes talk about, you just have to be give a controlled aggression, because this is going to be work out for you. As we talk about, Team Bablu just worked on it.
I mean, Team Bablu was on controlled aggression. Solo definitely weren't controlled. They just wanted to go all out, guns blazing, and that was actually really impressive, because you're taking multiple fights from multiple positions, and the more you do that, the more you get used to it, the more you figure it out. I mean, one of the most amazing moments in the game that I've seen was a fight from the map of Miramar that was in last sprint, when we did see one team just try and control the hill from 4 different directions. And you get to that position by taking those aggressive fights. So teams doing that right now, I think the semi-finals are going to be totally intense. But for now, there's one thing that's really intense. It's going to be the leaderboard after these 2 games. Let's have a look and see who's going to be leading the charge. And it is definitely Solo Esports, like always, 35 points in total, followed by Portal Esports, 34 points. NextGen Esports is going to be sitting on the 3rd position. So all these 3 teams in the first 3, they have played their 2 games. They are done. In the last game for the day, we are going to see the next 2 teams. That's going to be H2E and Bablu.
Yeah, that's when we talk about teams at the 6th position. Team SCYTES it there with 19 points and look to move forward towards the 2nd page of the chart. North Esports on the 9th position with 12 points. Placement point 8 with 4 kills. R3D Esports on the 10th position with 10 points. And F4 Esports on the 11th position with 9 points. And we talk about the teams from 247. They have only 7 points.
Yeah, I mean, points are not going to matter away since all the teams are going to move forward towards the semi-finals. But teams like IGen, teams like HellRaisers, teams like Oxy, I expect them to improve their performance, HFD as well, because these guys are returning from the spring split, and trust me, the spring split performance from these teams was something else. They were playing on a totally different level back then. They need to start replicating those same performances and those same numbers that they were getting this time. I mean, the scene has improved a lot. I'm happy about that. The performance is coming in from the new players as well. It's matching the old guards. It's matching the OG players. But how far can you go? The young bloods are giving these guys a run for their money, and it is really impressive to watch. But going into the semi-finals, you need to go there with a good momentum for themselves. You need to go with a sense of confidence for your team and the players.
Yeah, that's true. And we talk about the players from the PMCO Fall split. The new players just studied their gameplay at from where they just have to rotate and from which map, their drop location as well, and the rotation, the callouts, that which player is in front and which player is giving the support and knocking players and eliminating them. This is worked out from most of the team because the new teams also know everything about them, and they just the old team, they just have to figure out that what new stats they have to apply.
I mean, the stats are definitely going to be applied. We still have one more game remaining in today's matches, and it is going to be an intense one. As I was saying, we did see the standings, but we still have one more match remaining, which is going to happen after a very short break. So you guys stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back. Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2020 Fall Split Group Stages for the Pakistan region. Now it's going to be time for the last game that is going to be played on Erangel. My name is Varun Super Johnny John. Joining me on the desk this time, it's going to be Fixes, and Fixes once again, the last game on Erangel.
I mean, all the games that we've been seeing so far are so interesting. So many new circles being formed, those last moment curveballs being thrown, and with the Pakistani teams and that aggression that they bring in. I mean, that's a perfect dish, or you can say a perfect blend of absolutely everything.
I mean, two things in the last game that I did not expect was first, in the early stages, the charge in from F4 on on the team that they were actually trying to finish. I think it was HFD that they finished off close to the Nova Repnoy bridge, and then it was the final charge-in coming in from the squad of Solo. But are they going to do the same things? We'll find out in this matchup, because the match is live, the trajectory is in front of us, and once again, it's going to involve the military base area.
I mean, can we expect another Southern Circle? That is definitely going to be a question. But right now, I guess, I think it's somewhere certainly going towards the western side. We have seen this kind of flight path a lot of times. But let's see the flight path trajectory heading out from Sosnovka military base, going towards Yasnaya as to where these teams are going to drop. This time the groups are different. This time Group A will be sitting it out. We will have to see as to how the other two groups are going to perform.
I mean, definitely Group B and C are going to be in this game, and it is going to be an interesting matchup for them. We will find out how this one goes about, though, because now is going to be the time that decides what sort of a momentum you go into the semi-finals with. As I was talking about with Phoenix a little bit earlier on, during the post-game segment of the last game, you want to go to the semi-finals on a high note. You want to be there, coming in from the group stages, being in the top 4 or at least in the top 11, so that you can replicate the same performance the next time, and you can have a really good standing. But moving forward, the finals is going to be a little bit more interesting, because top 15 from the semi-finals will move on towards the finals, as Freestyle is going to be waiting for them. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the last PMCO are already going to be in the semi-finals, so these teams better watch out.
Yes, these teams better watch out. But for the now time being, the circle, look at it, going all the way up north, and Severny definitely will be a hot location after a few moments, because all these teams will be definitely wanting to take over that area. But right now, what do we have? We have a team fighting against each other. Those grenades are being cooked. Baraka having the M4 for his advantage, but Vic, he does want to throw a few grenades down. If he does manage to find that one knock, could be really crucial, but no, he does not. But the worst part is that he does not have any sort of healing, and oh my goodness, just barely surviving it.
Yeah, just barely surviving it. It was just the one. Oh, he steps in. He steps in.
Okay.
Yeah.
There he goes.
Yeah, that. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? All right, I mean, that's going to be an easy finish for the players of North Esports. For the players of No Rules to confirm, and there it is. Gen just using the Scorpion to get the finish. He's going to get the barrel off the lad as well. And now that's going to mean that No Rules, they start with a man advantage. They start with a kill advantage. They are just going to make sure that they wipe the team out completely.
Absolutely, and to wipe the entire team, they will have to find their players. But right now, as we can see, Team TUF, they are in a bit of pickle right now. Thor really very low right now. He has to heal himself up, but we have to see whether or not he has those bandages or first aids per se. But right now we can see Prince trying to hold off his flank, but on the left hand side I can see players from Team No Rules are trying to kind of push in, and if they manage to find Prince from a very off angle, then that's really troublesome for Team TUF.
Yeah, it can be a troublesome situation. It's definitely going to be some risky business over there. But Hassan, he is going to have to stop this push coming in from the players of TUF. He does hear them, has the perfect weapon to challenge a close range aggression. If Thor actually jumps out of the window right now, he's going to be a dead man jumping out of the window right now. But on the other side of the house, there can be some backup. Barkha is going to be there. He spots out one, but Barkha is going to be, the lad is going to be taken down. And TUF, they are trying to bring the situation, they are trying to bring this fight back in some control. Hassan, he needs to be really careful. His hearing right now, it needs to be really on point. Spots out Prince, but he backs off. Prince trades some damage, and the knock is not going to be there. Jin with the smoke is going to try and find an opening, but Prince, he loses Thor behind him. The spray from the AK is going to continue, and Hassan gets the 2 knocks.
Absolutely, Hasni really performing out of his minds with that Uzi, and oh my goodness, to finish things off, with the fist, and they will be going on, and they'll revive the teammates. But no, fights are still not done yet. We can see H2E, the winners, really playing it out and getting that one kill for themselves, and definitely will be going for a few more. But right now, Team Oxy is right in front of them. We saw this same fight of Team Oxy landing at Pochinki, engaging in the last game as well. But this time, they are met with Team H2E. We will have to see as to how Team Oxy is gonna avoid the situation, or how they're gonna get themselves back into the game.
Yeah, H2E playing the first matchup, sitting out of the second one, and now coming back in the third match. They basically have 3 kills secured for them, because Oxy, it was just one lad left standing, and unless that guy manages to pull out a 1v4 situation, Team Oxy, they are definitely gonna get wiped out over here.
Yes, certainly they're gonna get wiped out. But right now, Trinda, take a look at him. He is so far unlucky. There you go, finishing off Blade. But look at his HP, barely surviving by a sliver, and Rex has got him pinned down. And oh my goodness, shots coming in from behind. Yes, Naya seems very, very densely populated, as so many players have dropped over here, engaging amongst one another. But right now, Rex, he wants to push in, as Lucky will be getting that res in. Jat knows that somewhere down the line, someone is trying to make that push in. But Team Exterminator is off to a good start. Let's see if they can capitalize, though they have managed to lose out one player. But yes, Lucky getting that revive now makes things worse even for Team Exterminator's Rex. And now he's going in for the push. We will just have to see if he manages to find that knock, but kind of retaliate back. But Lucky does have that AKM. Let's see what happens.
They chase him down the stairs and finish him off. That's what's going to happen. That was a really bad charge in. He just ran in YOLO.
I mean, I have to, think right now, why would he make such a push? No grenades, nothing, just making a random push, and on a compound where there are already 2 players, and your opponent has been revived. I mean, we know that you've got balls of steel over there, but sometimes all the situations kind of throw you down. And now look at Team Exterminators. They were down already 1 man, now they're down to 2.
Yeah, they are down to 2 as well. Also, the finish is going to come in at any moment. TUF getting taken out early on in this game. Quite unfortunate for the team. But we do expect them to come back once they come into the semi-finals and the teams actually start to play. All right, Exterminators, Drag sitting on the stairs, does hear the players of 247 trying to charge in. But they haven't done that. What I like from Drag is going to be the fact that he did not go for the shots. He did not fire a single bullet. He was patient enough to wait to spot the players, because usually what you try to do is you're going to try and give your opponent some sound cue and then just fall back. If they shoot, they're going to try and go for a reload after the spray, and that's when you go charge in.
Well, right now, what Team Exterminators must do is form a crossfire. That's the best way to defend such apartment pushes. But there you go. They have a backup plan. Team 247 has deployed gaming, and the grenade comes in right into perfection, taking down Drag, also taking his teammate down with him. But will Maddie go in for the finish? That we have to see. Instead, he is opting in for the rev. Has that one first hit, but a push will come in from Jad, and with that, down goes Team Exterminator being exterminated.
They turned their own teammate into a sacrificial lamb. I don't know
I
what
would do that.
Yeah.
Would you?
No.
Okay.
I mean, they can revive the teammate and move on, but it's a little bit annoying if you are on the receiving end of it. I hope they had told him what was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, he did not really expect. There was some lack of coordination. But then again, if you're getting that squad wipe and you still manage to revive your teammate, I can still live with that. I will have nothing to complain about. But right now, taking a look at how the circle is going on fourth. Team Bablu landing on Northwestern Georgia Paul City this time around. We will have to see the winners of the last game. Can they go on a streak? Can they go on a second chicken dinner? But Team Red and Team HFD. Look at their position, very close but very important. If they manage to get that center, they are in for a good advantage.
Yeah, but once again, Red, just like the last game, they are not going to be uncontested for the center. HFD this time went for a really fast rotation, and they are going to be there to try and see if they can get something off of R3D Esports. On the other side, the southern edge of the circle is going to be super clustered. There are a lot of teams that are going to look to move in, and R3D Esports right in the center of the circle. It's just this one gas station that they need to protect.
Absolutely, and look at Team R3D. They kind of are in a good position, but you know, the gas stations are a very bad place. If you are over there, you can be easily pushed, you can be naded through. It's very difficult to defend. So we'll have to see as to how Team R3D is really gonna approach this entire game. But like you said, on the southern side, we see a lot of teams forming a cluster, a lot of teams trying to make it inside the circle, and we can definitely see TeamOP trying to take the other route, that is going from the eastern side up from Yasnaya and then making an entrance into the circle. The best possible way to go in right now. But if you take a further look, we have Team ZARAR, who's on the northern side of Stalber. They are gonna make a rotation inside the circle, but will be met by the members of Team Golden Stars. As you can see, the sprays are coming in. Zalim has spotted down AK right in the open. He just has to keep his sprays on point, and there you go. The knock comes in, and Theta will be the one taking that one knock, and Golden Stars find themselves in a lot of trouble.
Well, the trouble is definitely going to be there if the players are getting knocked out with the iron side of the Scarel. Legacy is going to try and spot out Zalim from ZARAR Esports, and he's going to try and return the favor to the opponents. But he needs to be really careful, since the players from ZARAR have already managed to secure a really good position for themselves. I mean, look at this. Theta, he's going to have a clear vision of the knocked out player from Golden Stars for a little while, but he's moving back. He's falling back. I think he is going to try and regroup with Zalim, but Zalim is not going to stay standing on his feet for long, as he does get taken out.
And by the looks of it, you know, the trade-offs coming in here and there has to go in for a revive. But the question is, how do you do that? Because you're right out in the open, and if someone even goes to get that res on, he is gonna be in a lot of trouble, and the bullets will definitely come in. But right now, Bat Sahab, having spotted the members of Team IDL, spraying down all the bullets. You remember what happened last time? They were still traveling in that one vehicle, and the entire vehicle just blew up to smithereens, and a same fate could have occurred for Team IDL, but somehow this time they barely managed to escape it out.
Yeah, they barely managed to escape, and I hope that they do not encounter another team on the other side, because that's going to mean that they face the same demise just like the last game. But Golden Stars still taking damage from the blue zone, and the damage is just going to get worse as the blue zone is going to touch the play zone, and we're going to have the third circle of this game. Look at this. Something interesting. For the first time, I think I'm seeing the cluster on towards the center of the circle, this one. But I think that works out for all the teams that are there, because now they are right on the edge of the very next circle.
I mean, I had expected such kind of a circle going up north with the way it was transitioning, and right now Siverny is definitely gonna be one area. But you know, I'll tell you what is going to be more populated: the warehouse on the eastern side of Siverny. That's a place where players would love to be right now, and even the southern compounds just below Siverny, you have those adjacent compounds opposing to each other. That can be a hot drop as well. Right now, members of Team Fool are already going to take cover, and to capture the warehouse area, we have to see whether the members of Team ZARAR join in the fray as well. But right now, HFD, they are looking really comfortable. They're looking really chill. Have taken that one small compound and will spot out members of Team Bablu. Definitely the players of Team Bablu going in for the wiser decision. But Pikachu, he might just get taken down. So much bullets being fired on his vehicle, but boy oh boy, does he survive. And with that, Cronus, oh my god, he was in a bit of a pickle, but managed to get himself to safety.
Yeah, I mean, basically the players of HFD were traveling with Teen Wolf from Bablu. Both the vehicles from both the teams were moving in together, so that's how they spotted them out. But now they need to be be careful, because if you are getting information, you are giving information away when you fire those shots. And Team Bablu Pikachu did not take enough damage to get knocked down. He will definitely heal up, and then they will try and see if they can actually take the fight, or will they have to switch things around, be a little bit more passive, because Bablu did secure the chicken dinner in the very last game. Can they get it to 2 in a row? That is going to be a really big question. Also, the final fights in this matchup are going to be out in the open, so need to secure a lot of utility for that situation as well. Thinking about the future.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And Team OP members, they are making that rotation in from the eastern side and will find themselves a compound right up ahead. But they will also have to hold on to it as well. That's a very good compound. And I believe this circle is definitely going on towards Team Fool or Team OP. That only time will tell. But right now, a few teams are trying to make that rotation in. Team H2E might be in some kind of trouble because the way they are approaching, they are trying to take that slight edgy part of Yasnaya from where they want to enter inside the circle. This is still the third zone, so they have nothing really much to worry about until the fourth or fifth circle kicks off. So as long as you make it inside the circle in time, it's fine. But right now, Team H2E might just, meet with some other opponents right up ahead, and Team HR definitely being one of them. And Arshid, he's already got his guns up. He knows there's some danger coming up his way, and Dread, he is still marching in, but oh my goodness, I have been thrown down. Team Bablu sitting dead smack in the center of the circle alongside Team HFT.
Yeah, they are in a really good position, but let's talk about the teams that are not in a good position. I mean, Team Oxy, look at them. Just one lad remaining, that is going to be Trinda, stuck in the Severny area along with the players of Golden Stars. That's going to be a tough exit for the players to get out of. All right, this is going to be even tougher as HellRaisers. They are going to be caught off guard mid-rotation, but they actually managed to turn around and take the fight. Arshid actually managed to secure a few finishes for his team. And Predator from IGen spots on Anubis from R3D. The shots do not connect from the Scarwell, and Anubis is going to be able to get away quite easily.
Yes, certainly he will. But Predator going for an interesting bolt action over here. But Rajput will find Predator down, will take him off, and has to go in for the finish. But Motu, look at him taking down Rajput. So, knocks are coming up here and there. A lot of backstabs, a lot of third parties. Fazi taking down Dread. H2E really going in for that option, but not really going in their favor. But right now, look at the number of teams that have clustered up. And Kronos taking down Tyrant from Bablu. And he will pretty much get that revive in, but Baraka ramming down that vehicle, taking down a player of IGen, and 2 players have been taken down. This is a perfect opportunity for Team OP to make that push coming in, but Bunny, he will be taking down Red. Fuck, shots are going down everywhere, bodies are dying, everyone is just, it's an absolute pandemonium that we can observe from this situation.
Yeah, definitely a pandemonium, especially for the squad of Team Bablu, as Pikachu is also going to pick up another player. They're just catching a lot of players off guard in their mid rotations, but now trouble is going to be there for the squad of IGen, but Team OP charges in as well. This is looking completely chaotic. No rules, so much trouble for them. Hasni actually managed to finish them off. Rajput, the only man left standing, he's going to be eliminated. Team OP take an exit. A fight that was supposed to be theirs is the one that they just lost.
I mean, what just happened? I could see Motu over there taking those few kills from behind, but oh my goodness, the way Team No Rules are playing today, especially Hasni in this particular game, getting off to a good start and then trying to play around. But right now you can see Team Oxy, they were going in for some knocks, they were going in for some kills, but no, Team Fool are well prepared this time. The mistakes they made in the first game, they are not gonna repeat it again. But look at Motu's position, look at how he is engaging right now. He goes in, takes those shots, instantly gets back to cover. But Team No Rules, they are gonna be the happy bunch over here. 7 kills already, getting every single first aid, every single smoke grenade that they can utilize for themselves in the final circle.
I think what Motu needs right now is going to be like a Molotov or a nade. Yeah, especially those throwables are going to be pretty handy. Not a smoke though. Smoke is just gonna not cut it, because the moment he denies himself vision of the three players right next to him is gonna be the moment when they start to rotate. He's not gonna know where they are coming in from, and they can just sandwich him and finish him off and then move on from there. So he definitely needs those damaging throwable utilities for himself and the heals, or the way he can use a smoke is gonna be deny some vision and then just run off on the other direction. A little bit tricky to make that happen, but a possibility is always going to be a possibility. We might not know until he actually pulls off a move.
Whoa, 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 Johnny, look at this, the circle.
Yeah.
IDL having that military bunker for themselves. And we have seen a lot of history with the bunkers, a lot of fun things that you can do. You can just go park your vehicle and then just blow it off and wait as the opponent slowly and steadily bleeds out to the circle. But right now, Tyrant has got other things planned up as he takes down the members of Team H2E. But right now, Team 247, oh my goodness, Lucky going in for that double kill. And with that, will have that opening. But Golden Stars, their players are prepared. They have thrown those few grenades out, and Oxy will be finishing off gaming over here, and will also spot out Arshid, who is in the nearby fray. Arshid definitely having that high ground advantage for himself. But Daniel, he definitely can be the game changer, trying to make that flank happen. But Legacy and Oxy, they are cooking their grenades in. The grenade goes in from Arshid as well. But right now, Arshid is in the middle of nowhere. He is right out in the open, and if Daniel manages to support him down, it will be an easy knock.
Yeah, it is going to be an easy knock, but on the other side, it is a literal uphill battle for this team of Golden Stars. Legacy does back off. He's going to heal up and he's going to try and take the fight. But now, HellRaisers, some trouble for them as it's just a 2v3 situation with the flank being available for the players of Golden Stars right now. And that is going to make things a little bit bad for Arshid and his teammate Adnan on the backlines, because no revives are going to be available. Khan is on a position where he can't even view his opponent, so all he has to do is rely on the information from his teammates.
Yeah, that he certainly has to do. But right now, take a look at the players of 247. Ummi, he is in a very bad position. One good grenade and he might get taken down. And he goes way off in the open. And that was a perfect setup coming in for Team HFD. As Murtaza will make no mistake. But there you go, Avenger really throwing that grenade, just ricocheting off the tree that he threw. And will go back. But he'll be safe for the time being. Adnan getting taken down by the circle. But Pikachu, he does not want to stop, and we have seen how deadly Team Bablu can go. If you remember the last match in Vikendi, I believe that was a Mexican standoff, and the way Team Bablu played, they literally won our hearts. But with that, Murtaza will get a better out of players of Team 247 as well. Two teams going down in an instant, and the circle taking a final surgeon shift. We will have to see whether Team HFD can get this chicken dinner or not.
I mean, that is going to be a really big question right now. Just one team sitting in the circle right now. Charlie is going to be taken down on the other side. HFD in a really interesting position, wherein they do have control of the circle. But since the circle is going to be out in the open and HFD are going to be in that open high ground area, they're going to be the team that's going to be spotted out easily. That's going to mean they're going to have to absorb a lot of pressure coming in from all the different directions. If you can make that happen, if you actually survive that aggression, you definitely deserve the chicken dinner. But Golden Stars, Oxy, the prone button just being hit right in the very nick of time is gonna deny Khan 420 the knock.
And look at Team HellRaisers, Khan 420. He is still there inside the shack, has given up his position. The grenades going in, but Legacy will be the one to finish him off. And with that, down goes Team HellRaisers. But right now, Legacy will have to heal himself up as he's got a lot of opponents right up ahead. 6 teams are remaining. 15 players are alive as Team Fool marches down with their vehicles, ensuring that they've got everything secured for themselves. But we might see a face-off between Team Golden Stars over there and Fool coming in from behind. This might be really bad for Team Golden Stars.
Yeah, this is going to be really bad as the backstab is going to be there from Fool. Hussein, he does know that the player is behind the tree, but can he get the finish? That's going to be a really big question, because now Golden Stars, even they are aware of the position of Team Fools, and the utility usage is going to be really, really important over here. One good nade from either one of these lads, and the knock is just going to mean that team in front is going to be wiped out. Legacy goes for the shots, but the knock is going to come in from the side of Oxy. And now Fool, Charlie being knocked out yet again, but who is going to confirm that kill? Who's going to secure the kill point? And Legacy coming in with a trade for his teammate. His health is low, but his teammate is charging in from behind.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that team, Bablu bites the dust. I would have loved to see how they went down. But right now, Golden Stars being in the center of attraction amongst everyone and engaging against Team Fool. We will have to see whether at the right nick of time can they get that res onto with their teammate. But Avenger taking down Jin. And with that, no rules falls down. But Groot going in there with that knock, giving away his position. And with that, down goes the members of Team Fool Esports as well. Legacy has been taken down by Mouth, but right now Murtaza, he is still holding on to his planks. One good grenade can make things changed around in his favor, but that was a smoke that we got to witness. But right now two teams remain. Golden Stars also bite the dust. A few Molotovs coming in there, but Team HFD Avengers, they have taken 7 kills already. The last team against which they have to go is Team IDL. Can they make it out? Can they win this one? We will have to see.
I mean, I definitely think they can win this one, because IDL, it's just one lad left standing for the squad, HFD. So I've been focusing on this team for a really long time. As I was saying since the group stage started, that this team needs to step up, and they step up big in this game with the last king coming in for Cronus. 3 kills confirmed, goes on a domination at the very end and secures the chicken dinner for his team. I mean, their opponents, they were already in a bad situation, and you need to make sure that you're making that bad situation worse by finishing them off, forcing them on the second position and taking the first for yourself along with the 20 points.
Absolutely. And the way Team HFD played, the way they started off, you know, I believe this is the first chicken dinner that they got in the entire PMCO. Now that all the points have also resetted down, now they are in a good situation. Now as the overall standings will come up gradually, we will see which are the teams that are having the highest seeding, the highest ranking, because it's gonna favor them in the semi-finals.
I mean, it might favor them at the end. You are playing these say teams in the semi-finals as well, so doesn't really matter. But let's have a look at the MVP of this game as well and see which individual player had an outstanding performance in this match.
And has to be Legacy, the way Team Golden Stars were playing, and even one other player, that is Hasni, he was also really playing well, but could not really survive for long. So the new formula that we have had for MVP introduced during the World League finally coming into action, that we can see 5 kills for himself, 513 damage, 22 minutes of survival time, and look at the distance covered, it's almost 10 kilometers.
Yeah, an amazing performance coming in from Legacy. Golden Stars also took an amazing fight as far as the entire game is concerned. We did see them in a weird situation wherein they were completely exposed from multiple locations, but they still went in with the aggressive plays and took the fights, which is really good. It's time to get warmed up for the semi-finals, I have to say, and everyone did in fact put up an amazing performance today.
Absolutely, every single player. Even if you talk about Team Solo, they had 3 players, but they went all in. But we will also be taking a look at the top 5 players, the ones who will be joining our lovely MVP over here, and they are definitely gonna be the other members of Team Golden Star. Oxy on the second position, Murtaza really putting up quite a good show with 4 kills, and even Hasni, like we mentioned, no rules, he still has 4 kills, and it's just the damage that is a bit less. Otherwise he could have been in a better position, followed by Jin.
I mean, definitely just the damage making the difference, but on the other side, look at this, Jin, 802 damage with 3 kills, so we know where the damage was coming out from for the side of No Rules. No Rules also, I mean, had an amazing start to the game with the early exit that they gave to the opponents, and just getting into that early fight. I think that sort of gave them a good momentum for this one.
Absolutely, that did give them a good momentum. And as we move on to the semi-finals, I believe Team No Rules, who was struggling initially in those group, early stages, are now finding themselves settled in the way they are taking those early fights, the way they are approaching. Yes, certainly positioning is one thing that they could work upon, but it's still those seeding matches, so they're chill.
Yeah, they are chill, and with that, I guess it's time to look at the standings for this game as well and see how many points did the teams actually secure from this match. It is going to be HFD with the chicken dinner, we know that for sure, 29 points to them. But Golden Stars, 10 placement point, 10 kills, 20 points in total. Amazing, amazing gameplay.
Yeah, absolutely. And IDL, despite the fact that they came second, losing it out on the kills department with just 2 kills, will find themselves on third position. But Team No Rules are on the 4th position. And Team Bablu, these two teams had equal amount of kills, but that was just that 1 position point difference that made them on the 4th and 5th position. But Team Bablu, they will definitely be happy with their performance of today's games, getting that 1 chicken dinner and the 5th position as well, followed by FoolEsports, 247 Gaming and HellRaisers HR.
I mean, if these teams can replicate this performance, I mean, that's definitely not going to happen because right now we did see the teams coming in some weird plays and not just revealing their strategy because these matches were just once again for seeding. In the semi-finals, the action is going to be more intense because from there, the points are actually going to matter. The points are going to decide that out of the 24 teams that we have right now, the 24 teams that you do see in the, will see in the overall standings, from there, which 15 will move on to the finals.
Absolutely. And there was Oxy. I had a lot of expectations coming in from them, dropping off at Pachinki. But, you know, those engagements early on really costed them bad. But, you know, the other teams that we have seen so far, they are doing so well. And they've just gotten themselves into the zone. They've gotten themselves into the vibes. We have had quite a couple of days leave. So gave them enough time to re-strategize, rethink. But we will also have to take a look at leaderboards to see how these teams have stacked up against each other.
Definitely, and it is interesting. All right, Bablu taking the lead, 39 points after 2 games, 1 chicken dinner, and a good finish. But you know what's even more impressive? Look at Solo Esports. No chicken dinners, 17 placement point, 18 kills, sitting on the 2nd position.
Absolutely, and just with 3 players as well. Imagine they had a 4th player. They could have been on top, but they don't really care. They know they've made their way into the semi-finals. They will be showing their true skills and potential over there. But Team H2E, a very good, a decent outing from them as well. Getting that chicken dinner, getting those decent amount of kills, and they're a happy bunch of people today. But Portal Esports, we have had seen them struggling during those initial group day stages, but then they kind of picked themselves up and they are playing really well today.
Well, I mean, some of the old guards definitely did stood up quite tall today, especially looking at the top 6, but there are still those teams that need to step up. TUF, they had an amazing start in the early stages of this PMC, but now have fallen down a little bit. 247 Gaming still look like they are struggling a little bit, trying to figure out how things they want for themselves. R3D Esports as well, R3D Esports, another squad returning from the last time's PMCO, will have to step up big time, but this is still the top 16. From here, if you finish here in the semi-finals, you can still semi-finals try and improve a little bit, but this is going to be the danger zone. Sort of try and improve a little bit, but this is going to be the TeamOP. Definitely did not expect the in the 3rd quarter of the standings, 3rd set of standings. For esports, IGen, TeamOP definitely did.
Absolutely, F4 Esports definitely being a major disappointment today. The way I think we can just conclude by the fact that it's just a bad day for them. And we all have our good days, we all have our bad days as well.
Yeah, and the standings are going to reset when we go to the semi-finals. Because coming in from the experience of like playing a PMCO a long time ago.
So, the seeding was 1, 2, 3, 4, and then comes down to 5, 6, 7, 8. So, you know, you are having the 8th try out new strats, new things. We saw a lot of chaotic plays today, and the same will be happening
groups, the standings are going to be reset, and from there, the journey towards the finals is going to begin. But that is going to start